is Roberto De Zerbi, and why is he being linked as a possible replacement for Eric Ten Hag? The whole thing with Eric Ten Hag going out or staying in is a big debate that all fans we continue to have until the end of the season. Today I'm doing this video after we just drew with Burnley. The thing with Roberto De Zerbi is I think the first main reason that he's being linked to Man United is because the person that actually recruited him from Sassuolo, team in Italy, was a certain Dan Ashworth when he was director of football for Brighton a few years ago. And when he did come into Brighton, he did wonders. You know, when the football he played, the success he got for such a small team for Brighton. I mean, even Potter before him, he'd done really well with Brighton, but he didn't get them into Europe. De Zerbi came in and had a very definite tactical philosophy, which is so fucking, in my opinion, amazing, but complicated as hell. And the reason I don't think we should go for him is because, one, he hasn't had such a big high profile job. Two, this season, mad dip in their performances and form. And I think that's because other teams and other managers now are all savvy to what he does. He's a one-trick pony. He was amazing at doing it. But they are a one-trick pony, and he's not flexible enough. The whole idea of De Zerbi's football is all possession-based. They're second in the league this season for possession, just behind Man City, which you think yourself, bloody hell. So they do dominate games with the ball. But it's kamikaze football, in my opinion. I didn't think this last season, because all you saw was that, oh my God, Brighton, they're doing so well. Look the way they're playing the ball out from the back, and they're creating chances and creating overloads in the middle, and they're scoring, and these great exciting new players, and got a guy called Ferguson coming through, who's Irish, which I love. And us in Ireland, we heard about Ferguson when he was 13. I can remember reading about him in a paper and thinking, good luck to him. And look at him, before, he's 19, he's been playing in the Premier League. De Zerbi's football, right, we hear this. Do you know why most players these days kind of copy Pep Guardiola's playing out from the back, taking that risk that, yes, there will be the odd mistake, but you're going to play it from the back means you have the possession and you can attack the other team that way. The more you have the ball, the less the other team have the ball, the less likely they are to score. That's the basic principle of Pep Guardiola, and he got this from Johan Cruyff. The thing with Brighton, which I think is suicidal football, they don't play it to the edge of the box, they play it to the 6-yard box. So we'll have a defender and another defender come to the 6-yard box, and the keeper will play it to one of those two. And the idea being that he lures the opposition so far up, and so it kind of makes them think, God, if we get the ball here in the 6-yard box, we're basically going to score. So they, forward line of the opposition, make that sudden press. And the idea is that as soon as they do that, a small one or two quick passes takes the ball to a midfielder, a bright midfielder, and they'll be obviously in space. And they'll be in space in between the fucking 18-yard box and the centre circle. They'll have this little space, it'll be empty, because the opposition defenders won't come any further up than the halfway line. This is the best way I can explain it. It's so complicated, and I would urge any Man United fans or any football fans to go looking into it. That's the best way I can explain it. It is like genius, but it's crazy, and I do not think, even if he got the job at United, we have the players who are that savvy to play like this. It'll end up being a bit similar with Ten Hag, where he comes in, he'll probably try that out, will be shit, before you know it, it's back to fucking kamikaze long balls and fucking midfield, get the ball over and get the ball to Garnacho or Anthony or Rashford or whoever's on the wing at the time. that's Roberto De Zerbi. He's a young man. He's done really well. He's got really amazing kind of references from people like Pep Guardiola said that he is one of the most influential new coaches in the world from the last 20 years. Which is a big thing for him to say, in my opinion, I just think that he has to have other ideas. He can't just stick to that. Even last week when they played Man City, in the first half they were 3-0 down. They didn't change in the second half to their tactics to kind of negate the chance of more goals coming in against them from sitting back so much and tempting and luring the opposition's forward line in. So I just don't think he'll work at our club. He's going to be you can just tell, the fact that he's even come up with all this, it means I'm sure he's got some real other ideas, but I couldn't trust him as a Man United manager. Not with our club, not with our players that we have at the moment. And I just think in this day and age, opposition teams, with all their stats and all their observations of opposition players and teams, they just know how to play against that. Because the opposition teams now know not to go into the 6-yard box when they hold it there. So it means the opposition then is pressing up right on their box. It's just crazy. It's crazy stuff. But that's Roberto De Zerbi. He was previously a manager of Sassuolo or something I can't pronounce it. And they played great football and got great reviews in Italy. And before that, he's had some other smaller teams. One of the teams did get relegated. I think he lost 7 games in a row. I think it was a team called Benevento, but I can't speak Italian. Something along those lines. But because he played so well, he got a good reference and people gambled on it. And as I said, Dan Ashworth, because of Dan Ashworth, is another big massive reason that he is being linked to us, because even though Dan Ashworth hasn't signed officially for United at the moment, of course behind the scenes he's ringing people and going, would you be interested in replacing Ten Hag? So I think that's another reason why he's been massively linked. And Dan Ashworth, he had seen the work that De Zerbi had done with Sassuolo and Benevento, and I forget the other name of the other club. But anyway, that's just a little background on Roberto De Zerbi. What do you guys think about De Zerbi? Am I wrong? Join the channel and get involved. I'm just blagging this completely. Not the De Zerbi stuff. Blagging this whole doing a channel. I just started doing this for the crack and now I'm enjoying it and we're getting mad views, so we have to do it. Peace and love. Please comment, like and subscribe to Belfast Man United Therapy. Cheers guys.